Hello and welcome back to my recovery. This is Chameleon again, and I'm going to talk today about the reason why it's so difficult to get people to quit drugs in general, and why it really should matter to everybody else that's not doing them. But first, I'm going to tell you a little story, and then I'll try to explain it. I guess why I'm telling you the story, or maybe afterwards, probably during it. But when I was in high school, I met this girl. She knew me. I didn't really know her. I was a nerd in high school, and back then nerds wasn't very popular. Matter of fact, I was bullied every day. I hated high school, hated school in general, and just torture for me. But this girl she was gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Probably one of, at the time, she was, at least at the time, she was the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life. And she just came up to me and started talking to me one day, told me how she knew me, and asked me if I wanted to go out on that weekend. Now, obviously, she didn't mean date, too bad. But she didn't mean date. I knew she was using me. Obviously, I know what number I am, knew what number I was then, and but I didn't care. I didn't really care at all. It was somebody that was friendly. Uh, she never once really lied to me about it. Uh, and really, all she wanted was a ride to go see her boyfriend. That's really all she wanted to do. And I was fine with that. I didn't care to be used that way. And like I said, I already knew I was going to be used, so it was no big deal. But we became friends after that, and for 20 some years, we became friends. The reason why I bring this up is that this same girl, throughout her life, she got married, and she picked these boyfriends that would beat the living crap out of her. One broke her jaw and she had to have her wired shut. One person held her down, cut off all her hair. Just straight up. Buttholes, right? For lack of a better word. I want to say worse stuff, but I'm not going to on here. But and for the life of me, I just couldn't figure out why. Why? It don't make no sense to me why. And anyways, what she did was, when one day we was at her sister's, I just got back from doing rehab for 13 months, and started talking to her, and she asked me for help at her sister's. So we was at her sister's. She was going through the story about how she got mad while she was at her sister's, that her boyfriend got so mad at him that she ended up trying to commit suicide right there on the spot. And I finally worked up the courage, because most people don't say anything, because it just does no good at all to say anything, really. And I just said, man, I don't understand it. You're absolutely gorgeous. You could have anybody you desire, anybody you want to. I said, if you wanted to, you could leave this area, you could date a millionaire, you could have anybody you wanted to, and you always pick these people that just treat you like scum, And it's like, and I just don't understand it. I don't understand it at all. And she sat down on the stairs, and the first thing she tried to do was make excuses for this guy. Tried to say that, just the usual women stuff, he had a small penis or something like that. Like, he had a small penis, is what she said. And that, if you had one too, you beat women. And I was like, no, I'm sorry, but no, that there's no excuse that I could think of off the top of my head, or even in my entire lifetime, that would allow me to give me the reason to beat someone I love. You know what I mean? I just couldn't understand it. So when she realized that, and realized that she wasn't winning that way, um, She looked at me and said, "Chameleon, you know me. You've known me since since I was a teenager." And she said, "You know I don't deserve that type of life." And I think about that all the time. I mean, all the time. It bothers me because, in a way, I think that if I would have said the right things there, that she'd still be alive today. That because it wasn't 6 months later that she OD'd on fentanyl, and they found her dead in her trailer. So, um, yeah, I think about it all the time. But the reality is that there's nothing I could have said that would have changed her mind. Nothing. There's nothing I can say. She had to believe it herself. You know, she had to believe that she was better than this, that she was more worthy than this, right? She had to want it. She had to realize that her life matters in the scheme of things, and that these people are just bringing her down, and they're trying to keep her down and control her because they know they can. And yeah, there's probably absolutely nothing I could have said then. I think at the time what I did was I got pissed off, and I mean, I looked at her and I said, if you ever say that to me again, that you're not worthy of something, of happiness, not worthy of just being happy or being with somebody that just won't beat the crap out of you. Like, I don't know, it just, like I said, I dream about it all the time, and I think about it all the time. But that's the problem. That's the main problem. That's the main problem. That's the reason why addicts don't want to get clean. I mean, they get to the point to where society's bringing them, talking down to them, their families talking down to them. They burn all their bridges because they've done something stupid in their past, and you get to the point to where you just don't feel worthy of life anymore. And it's okay to inject yourself with fentanyl every day. It's okay to drown all your emotions out because they don't matter, right? If I don't matter, my emotions don't matter, and it's sad because they do matter. Like they do matter, and we become addicts because we get into this place in our life to where we don't feel like anybody understands us. At least this is the way I was, anyways. I was at a point in my life. I was even married, had a kid, had a baby. My son was a baby at the time. I should have been. I was super happy, but I still felt like my family just didn't understand me. That even my wife just didn't understand me. I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere I went. So when the opportunity came and I started doing drugs and I realized that I had something in common, that I was an outcast just like all these other people were outcasts, it gave me a place to fit in. No matter how bad the people were I was around, or no matter how bad I was treating my body, or denying my emotions, or denying my right to live, I was happy in a way because I fit in with somebody. I fit in with some sort of part of society, even if it was looked down upon. And that's a strong feeling. That's a strong feeling to have. It's like friendship. It's just like friendship. So it's what you're asking people to do is give up their sense of being, right? Their sense, the way, the place that they fit in. You're trying to tell them that is not right for them, and you want them to give it up, and that's just something you can't do. It's something that you can't do. You got to show them that they're accepted. You got to show them that they're accepted in other places in the world, that they're going to be just as accepted as they are in the real world as they are in the underworld, right? And that's the reason why I started this channel. Really, is because people just don't understand that. They will put us down on TV. They will put us down on the media. They will I mean, we're never looking good. We're never. They don't. Nobody ever looks like it looks good at an addict at all. Matter of fact, it's really. I can't stand it when somebody else says the word. If they're not an addict and they actually say the word addict, it instantly puts me at a 10 angry because they never say it right. They don't say it with like when an addict says it, they mean struggle. They mean that we're struggling with this powerful force that's controlling our lives. It's a struggle, and just every day that we're alive is a good thing. You see what I'm saying? When someone else says addict, it's always demoralizing and demeaning, and it just doesn't sound right. It doesn't. Even if they do mean it that way, it never comes off their tongue that way. And so, anyways, so like I said, what we do is we pick a place, and we got this place to fit in, and that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why rehabs are so tough. It's not just the fact that you're doing a good thing, you're getting them away from all this stuff, but you're also taking them away from everything they know. You're taking them away from everything that their whole entire life, and that's a lot of resentment to have to come over within 28 days at a rehab or 30 days at a rehab, right? That's the reason why those rehabs have the same amount of percentage of saving people as just quitting cold turkey. They really absolutely don't help. They don't hurt, but they don't help, as much as people think they do. What helps is having a support system, having a support crew, around you that shows you that you're wanted in this world, that you're needed in this world, that there's a reason why you need to be clean, and like that's exactly that's what helps, And anyways, it gets after we figure out we got this place that we go into, once we start realizing that we have a problem, and maybe not at the beginning, but after so many years of doing this stuff, or after so many months, it don't take long. We start using this the fact that we're an addict as a weapon against normal people. You know, well, how come you don't have a job? Well, it's because I'm an addict. Or how come you know not an addict sense as if they're not keeping you from the job, but I mean as an addict sense is like you're out trying to get money every day to do and fill your habit. You're sick every day. That's why they don't have a job, right? And it's because of the disease itself, not because of their social standing. They start blaming this disease for everything, and it is a lot to blame. It is a lot to blame, but everything in this world revolves around how you look at it, and so I mean everything does. It's the whole silver lining quote, right? Every cloud has a silver lining. So if you're going to look at your life, that you're going to look at it as if you're worthless and you don't deserve to have the things that normal people have. You don't deserve to not be addicted to this stuff. You don't, then you're never going to. No one's ever going to benefit from it, and you're not going to benefit from it. But if you look at it like you do deserve it, and you believe that you do deserve it, then there's hope for you. There's hope for you, and that's the hurdle that people have to overcome with people they love that are addicted to something. They have to show them that they fit in and they understand what they're going through and everything. They have to. I mean, it's really tough to do. And um, if it wasn't for her, I don't know if I would ever came to that realization that really what I was doing was it was easier. Being an addict was easier. It's 100% easier for me to give in to all my temptations than it is for me to be a righteous man, to be a good father, to be what I want to be in life. I mean, and if I failed, I could blame it on being an addict, right? And it was just so much. It got to the point where I was just doing it, just blaming it because I had no other, I didn't have the will to even try anymore. No, I didn't have the will to even try to better my life anymore. And people that's addicted, they call it, their struggle, and they call it the struggle. Is what they call it. The struggle is real. That funny saying, right? And it is real, but that's not what you're struggling against. You're struggling with your brain. You're struggling with this war inside your head that tells you that you're not worth it. You're struggling with all the stuff that's happened to you in the past that has proved to you that you're worthless and that you don't exist in normal society. That you're not good enough to be anybody else that you see out there on the street. Right? You're not good enough to be them. That's the struggle. That's the struggle. It ain't the fact that you're addicted, because you could be 5 days later, and you're going to start feeling better off this stuff, right? I mean, you just have to stay off it for 5 days, detox, and then your body's going to start getting better, 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 better every day, right? So what brings us back to it every time is the fact that most of the time we're just like, screw it. You know what I mean? Well, I'm not getting anything from this side. I'm just going to go back to the way I was. If that's the way, if that's the way I'm going to get treated, then I'm going to act that way. You see what I'm saying? And it's not the way we need to look at things because, I mean, we all deserve better. I wanted to say this because I say that saying all the time. We all deserve better, and I just want you. The reason why I told you this story today was because of that reason. I want you to understand where I'm coming from. That she deserved better. I deserve better. Her sister deserved better. All of us. All of us deserve better. Even the ones that aren't addicted to anything. We all deserve better. I mean, we have this idea that we're told from an early age that life isn't fair, right? Life isn't fair, but why not? Why not? You know what I mean? If we believed that, if we was raised to believe that it was fair, it would be, right? I mean, we're we're the master race on this planet. What we say goes. Everything that we can do anything on this planet. We can do anything. Period. I mean, that's how powerful our brains are. We can do anything. Period. And you're telling me that we can't come up with some way to make this a utopia for everybody? I mean, come on. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to say this is going. I'm not trying to say that life should be a fairy tale, right? Because I mean, obviously, we gotta have challenges. That's how you grow as a human being, right? But as far as having, for instance, a poor class, or middle class and upper class, having the wealthy have everything, having laws that just discriminates against the poor, all this crap, right? I mean, none of that stuff. If we believed that this world was fair, none of that stuff would even exist. You know, so it's all about how you look at things. Everything is. Everything's about how you look at something, and I just want to let you know that that's your that's going to be the hurdle that you're going to have to get over, and that's going to be the hurdle that's going to put you back. And it's a tough battle. I deal with it every single day. I bring up something to my family every single day that I realize like I shouldn't have really said that. I mean, I shouldn't be thinking that way. And it's a everyday battle. That battle is why recovery is so hard. You see what I'm saying? It's not the fact that you're going to go back to drugs. It's not none of that stuff. The fact is that you are dedicating your life to live a better way and to better yourself as a person, and you're choosing the hard way to do it. You know what I mean? There is no there is no easy way to do that. There is no easy way. The easy way is temptation. The hard way is righteous, right? So I just want to let y'all know that's my story for today, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day.